Today's event is mixing up languages with science. So the students today have to build a space hotel. So they have to use their science expertise but also their language expertise because they're going to sell it internationally. So what Business Language Champions does is mixes the idea of how important languages are with other subjects on the curriculum.
So the children from the school, the 10 schools that are here today, have been learning all about what it's like to communicate complex ideas in a foreign language. So that's through the medium of space and physics. So they're actually using a foreign language to talk about something which is actually a foreign language to most of us. That's the language of science and physics. Well, I think it's going to help them obviously with their languages, but it's the way that they're approaching it. It's a fun way for them to learn about business, to learn about physics, and also to use those essential language skills that they'll need in their future careers.
Yeah, it has to spin, so there can be gravity, and there needs to be water treatment plants and oxygen recycling so it can function properly. We had to buy our own materials to make our own model with a budget. We had to order everything in French to practice using the languages.
Oui.
Yeah.
Comme ça?
Merci. Cat pie.
Oui. I think the main thing that we try and get across is that languages are really important to the world of work in lots of ways that perhaps when you're at school you don't realise. So a lot of students will automatically think that if you study languages you're going to be a teacher or a translator. And what we want to do is show them how languages can fit into loads of different professions and how by having an extra language it can give you an advantage in the world of work generally.
We based our idea on sort of what the International Space Station looks like with solar panels coming off that, which is what makes it look 3D. And we use the different materials which represent real life materials such as aluminium.
So we've had to think about the design, like how it's going to fly through space. So we've come up with a design where you have a restaurant in the middle and different sections that have different activities, just like a spa or a casino. And then you have loads of little pods around the outside.
Well, today we designed a space hotel and it's going to be designed around Love Island, and it's going to be for very rich single people to find love, and there's going to be like loads of different rooms with all the like French romantic names and things like that.
So our design is built for tourists and business people. We've got research rooms and social areas where they can both use it as a whole.
We just thought it would be, you just build a hotel in space, but you've got to think of like oxygen, gravity. There's so many other little things you have to think about.
I think events like the one we have here today is a very great opportunity for students to know how a career in space sciences look like, and having an insider view of what does it look like to be an astronomer or work on a space-related project. And at the same time, the challenge they are participating in today engages their different skills from an engineering point of view and designing to teamwork, to using the language, another language in their teamwork, and also communicating and presenting that work to another person that will be some of us who are judging. So that will be very beneficial for their career later on, which hopefully they will use some of these skills.